Hello everybody, welcome to another tier list video. My last two did very well, the Call of Duty one, the Rockstar's game one, so I figured I'd do another one right here for you guys. And recently I beat the very first Dark Souls game. I played Dark Souls Remastered and I beat it, so I decided it'd be fun to rank all the bosses in which order I found them the hardest. This is not necessarily my favorite bosses, you know what I mean? This is more like, in my experience, I felt like this boss was harder than this boss. That's what we're doing here today. So, this is what we got going on. So, first off, let me point out the elephant in the room. I didn't play Dark Souls 1 DLC, and I know these two right here aren't in the DLC. They're in Analondo, but I didn't fight them. And I didn't play the DLC, so I didn't fight these bosses. So, they're out because I didn't fight them. Let me just make that clear. And another disclaimer, I did play, this might be a cardinal sin for all you Souls lovers out there. I played a majority of these boss fights with somebody. I was co-oping with my good friend Deadly Dax, Israel. If you guys want to go check out his channel, I highly suggest it. Especially if you're into anime. If you're into anime, you will love his channel. But anyway, I did a co-op playthrough with him and the third game, and we're going to do Bloodborne, so be on the lookout for that. So, these are the hardest bosses, in my opinion, from my experience in this game. So you've got a whole plethora of bosses right here, and I put them all in order, and the categories are joke, which are the absolute worst bosses in the game, a decent fight, meaning they're a good fight, maybe that we die like once or twice. By the way, me and Israel, we're not experts on the game, alright? We're not amazing, so we basically count as one person because we're not very good, but that's how I played it. But anyway, decent fight. We died one or two times, you know, it was a good little fight. Great fight. It's a very good fight, a very strong fight. We really put our heart and soul in this fight. Maybe died like 5 or 10 times, maybe, you know. And the You Will Suffer. This category is for the bosses we spent literal fucking hours on. These are the bosses that made us cry and made our dicks super soft, and just these are the bosses that just ripped us apart and just shit down our necks pretty much. And yeah, nevertheless, let's get into it. Let's start off with the Asylum Demon. The Asylum Demon is a decent fight. It's a nice little boss to just whip you into shape and get you ready for Dark Souls. And it took me a couple tries to beat it. I soloed him like you're supposed to, and it took me a couple tries to beat him. It wasn't that bad. Next up, we have the Terrace Demon. Again, another sort of tutorial boss. I'll put him in decent as well. Once you know the strat, which I'm sure you guys all know, is climb up a ladder, jump attack him. He's pretty much done for. He's a nice little warm-up boss as well. I say the Asylum Demon is better because it's more of a fight. The Terrace Demon, you literally just jump attack over and over again. But I wouldn't say he's a joke. I mean, you can get caught slipping with this guy. Next up is the Bell Gargoyles. I think the Bell Gargoyles are a great fight. You know, you got these two badass gargoyles just come at you with these, like, I don't remember what kind of weapons they had. They had like an axe and like, yeah, I think they both had axes. But yeah, these guys can be some tough son of a bitches. They will literally destroy you. You know, I'm pretty sure most people summoned Iron Tarkus for this fight. Or was it Solaire? No, Iron Tarkus was for Iron Gauntlet. I think that you summoned Solaire for this fight. But yeah, you summon Solaire, and you take on these two gargoyles that will literally destroy you. They're pretty fast. They can fly sometimes. These guys are no joke. They can really kick your ass. So I'm going to put them in a great fight. I want to say I died like 3 times before we were able to beat them. There were some tough son of a bitches. Moonlight Butterfly. Now, I have a complicated history with the Moonlight Butterfly. When I first fought him, for whatever reason, I don't know, I was stupid, but my character wasn't at a good level. He didn't have the strength to wield good weapons to take him on. So I was basically swinging a fucking wet noodle at this fucking butterfly, and he was just shooting his jizz at me. But he was a really challenging fight for me, but once I was able to get a good weapon, like I got the Zweihander, once I was able to get a good weapon, he was nothing. Just dodge, be patient. Also, I'm impatient, so that was another negative, but just pretty much dodge, take your time, and just wait for him to attack, and you'll have him done. Especially when I had my partner with us, Israel. it was pretty easy. So I wouldn't put him in joke. I'll put him in decent fight because you actually need to have a lot of patience and it's actually like somewhat strategic. But fuck this butterfly, it's such bullshit. Probably one of my least favorite bosses in the entire Souls game so far. Get a sip of water. The Capra Demon. The Capra Demon is complete bullshit. Not really him, just the area he's in. So, just for the area he's in, I'm gonna put a great fight. Because he's not really hard. But man, the area is so goddamn small that you're gonna get jumped. Not to mention, there's these two dogs in that area that will fuck you up as well. I know there's a jump attack area, but it's really hard to do when you have this giant muscular sandwich of a man trying to kill you. But yeah, the area this guy is in is such bullshit. It's just that cliche of video games just overwhelming you with as much shit in a small area as much as you can. And I hate that shit. I think that's super lazy game design. I'd rather take the hard boss that has great combos, that hits like a truck. You know, you gotta die a couple times to get down to this guy, rather than just the lazy, just throw a bunch of this shit in your face in a small area. I hate that shit. I think it's so lazy. It's just unfair hard. The Gaping Dragon, decent. I'm pretty sure I killed him the first try. You know, just stick to his ass, chop his tail off. It's not a problem. I wouldn't say he's a joke, but you know, he's one of those boss fights. The Stray Demon, yeah. This is when you go back to the Undead Asylum and you take on another form of the Asylum Demon. This one is actually tougher, so I'm gonna put in a great fight. I soloed him a couple times. He killed me a couple times. But it was a great fight. It was a really strong fight against an upgraded Asylum Demon, especially. Yeah, it wasn't a bad fight. He hits like a big truck. So, I wouldn't put him in decent because he's way stronger than the Asylum Demon. Next up is the Spider Lady. I totally forget the name of this boss fight, but it's the one where you go to the infamous Blighttown. I don't fucking miss that place. Blighttown is actually much harder than this boss. It's a decent fight. She can be a good fight, but I didn't really struggle with her at all. Her patterns are pretty easy. You know, she shoots fire at you, she spits fire at you, she jumps across the place, and I'm pretty sure you can summon somebody to help you. I don't remember who. It was a lady, I'm pretty sure. But you know, she's not bad. I didn't really struggle with her that much. It took me like 2 tries to get her. Not the best, but not the worst. I would never call her worse. I would say the area she's in is complete bullshit. I would put that in you will suffer category. Fuck Blighttown. I forget the name of this dog, but we all know this dog. It's between great or you... No, I'll put him in great fight. He didn't make me suffer that much. We didn't spend a whole lot of time on him. Yeah, I don't like killing dogs in games. Especially the lore given this dog. It's pretty sad. I really don't like killing this dog. But he is a tough fight. He's very fast. He does a lot of spin attacks with his sword that just completely destroy you. But once you weaken him, he's actually really not that hard because you just go straight at him. But you don't want to because it's pretty sad when you have to destroy this dog. Destroy this limping dog. It's pretty sad. But he wasn't the toughest. Yeah, I'd say I'll put him in great fight. He's fine right there, yeah. We died a few times, but it's not like I suffered. Iron Golem, this is where you summoned Iron Tarkus, but he was a great fight as well. I didn't struggle, but Israel suffered. Not to put him on blast, but he did suffer a little bit. I got him on the first try, but the second time we tried to kill him, it was pretty tough. He's just a big dude who has some hard-hitting combos that'll destroy you. And not to mention, we're on the roof of like some fortress, and you can get knocked off. But also, so can he. So this is a great fight. It balances out pretty well. I like Iron Golem, and he reminds me of like a medieval Iron Giant. Smoan Ornstein. I think we all know where these two fuckers are going. There is no explanation needed for these two fucking beasts. We spent literal hours fighting Smoan Ornstein. They're tough as shit. I could never fight these guys solo. I would imagine it's hard. It was me, Israel, and Solaire. We needed these three to beat these fucking two. You know, you got the fast but hard-hitting Ornstein, and then you got Smo, who just slow, but man, he will destroy you with that hammer. And you kill one of them, you got the second phase, and they both got lightning. Ornstein is way much harder on lightning than Smo. I would never fight Ornstein on lightning. Smo was one tough, fat sack of fucking shit. Yeah, these two are so infamous. They're the reason a lot of people stopped playing Dark Souls. Like, they could not get past these two. And I don't blame them. I can see why. These are some tough motherfuckers. Pinwheel. He's the only reason I made the joke category, because he's possibly the worst boss fight I've ever had in a video game. It's absolutely terrible. The area is much harder than him. And it's not even like impossibly hard. It's just harder than Pinwheel. Gravelord Nito, you will suffer fighting this fucking guy. Oh my god. This is one of the three bosses that Israel and I had to grind hours for to beat. Smoan Ornstein was one, Gravelord Nito, and you'll find out the other one soon enough. But fuck this skeleton fat piece of shit. My god, he is difficult. Every hit he hits you with destroys you. Plus, not to mention, you have to fall down off like a 20-foot fucking... Not even 20-foot, like a 100-foot cliff just to get to this fucking guy. I know if you just, you know, poise right through him and just smack him as much as you can, you just stay right on him like glue, he can't hit you, but... Not to mention, he's got an AoE and skeletons all around him that are waiting to fucking kill you. Fuck Gravelord Nito. He is so incredibly difficult. But he belongs and you will suffer, I will tell you that. I forget the name of this dragon, but it's the ice dragon. I think his name is Sif or something like that. Seath the dragon scale, something like that. But yeah, he's a great fight. This is probably the prettiest looking fight in the game, in my opinion. I really love looking at this dragon. He looks so cool. But yeah, this guy is one tough son of a bitch. He just blasts ice on you like crazy, and you can only get a one sword to kill him with. And that's if you even get to it. Maybe you can get fucked over and just get blasted with ice. But yeah, the ice dragon was a really tough fight. Can't remember his name, but he was a really tough fight. Here's the other one that made us suffer. The Four Kings. What a shitload of fuck. We literally beat them with the Havel strategy. We just got Havel's armor and just poised right through them and took them out as quickly as we can. That's the only strategy I found that works with these four fucking guys. You have one that comes up, you gotta kill them as quickly as possible, and then a second one comes up, and the third one shows up, and the fourth one shows up, and they all have these incredibly powerful attacks that will just destroy you. Unless you have Havel's armor, which is the only way I know how to beat these fucking Four Kings. It's the only way Israel knows too, and he's a damn expert on Dark Souls games. But yeah, the Four Kings, these three were the toughest bosses in this entire game. Probably some of the toughest bosses in the whole series, in my opinion. Oh, I completely forgot about Ceaseless Discharge, because he's also a joke. Now, I'm sure if you fight him straight up, he's probably tough, but I used the strat, I ran all the way back to the fog wall, and he got stuck there, and I just killed him that way. Now, unless you suck, I don't know how else you can fail at this boss fight if you don't know that strat, but yeah, he sucks. He's a joke. This is the Centipede Demon, right? Yeah. He was a great fight. If you don't have the ring on, it's probably you will suffer, but luckily I had the ring, and then when I did it on Israel's, he had the ring, and I just stayed put and, you know, took my time getting my shots in. Yeah, he can be a tough fight. He's big, hits hard, and there's lava everywhere. Even if you got that lava ring on, it still hurts you. The Fire Demon. Another Asylum Demon clone, but I think this one's probably the best one. He just breathes fire everywhere and he hits probably harder than these two combined. He was a really, really great fight. Fuck me, he just... he's also badass looking, I'll give him that. But yeah, this... I didn't struggle that much, but this is a really tough boss fight. It can be for a lot of people. Especially the area he's in. The struggle getting through that area. But yeah, this guy can completely just melt you. I don't remember what this was called. The Tree of Life or something. More like the Tree of Bullshit, but... This is the platforming tree where the Dark Souls turns into a platformer and you have to jump on these tree branches to, you know, hit the middle of him and that's it. It's not hard, it's more annoying. I'm debating whether to put him in decent or choke. Because, yeah, I'll put him in decent. It is hard, but it's a more like annoying hard, but I don't imagine many people are gonna fail at this boss fight, you know what I mean? Like, it'll take them a few tries to get the hang of it. And plus, it's very generous. Like, you take out one side, it'll stay taken out if you die. I wouldn't call this a great fight, because it's not really a fight. It's a platformer. It's a puzzle or some shit. I hated it. Probably one of my least favorite fights. Yeah, he's not a joke. I would put him in decent. But, fuck this fight. And last but not least, the main man, Gwendolyn himself. And last but not least, the main man, Gwen himself. No, not DLC. Put him in decent. It's kind of weird that a game with a lot of hard bosses, that the last one is not the hardest. It's just kind of funny to think about, but Gwen, he's a decent fight. I died once to him, but other than that, he was more like a fun fight, you know what I mean? Kind of a sad one given the whole story of what happened in this game, but he was a really fun fight. I wouldn't say he's challenging, but he can be, you know, it's gonna be a fight with this guy pretty much. It's not gonna be like this fucking Smoan Ornstein level, but he's a fight. He's a fighter. I'll give him that. But yeah, it's just weird to think about this game that prides itself on its bosses, and the last one isn't the hardest. But yeah, guys, that looks pretty good to me. That is a solid ranking to me. Let me guys know if you agree or disagree. Is there something you would change? Let me know. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Listen to me bitch about my nightmares about Dark Souls 1. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a like if you do. I probably will do one for Dark Souls 3 eventually. And subscribe if you're new here. If for Dark Souls fans, we're playing Dark Souls 3 right now. By the time you're seeing this, I will have finished it. I just need to post the rest of them. And we will be playing Bloodborne soon, so be on the lookout for that. And I'm playing a whole plethora of games, so I recommend you give me a check out. You know, you won't regret it. But, yeah, guys, this is my Dark Souls 1 bosses tier list ranking. So, I'll catch you guys later.